Skateboarding made its debut in the Tokyo Olympic Games in 2020. Or, well, technically it was 2021, but let's not unpack that whole mess. There was this whole sickness thing that was going around. I really don't want to think about it. 3 years later, though, and skateboarding's ready to shred in a whole new location, a little town called Paris. Oh, oui, where's my Ali? Today, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about Olympic skateboarding. This way you can be an expert and be able to explain to your older relatives when they say things like, "Wait, skateboarding's in the Olympics? How are they even going to judge that? I thought you said we were going to watch the wheel. Where are my teeth?" Those are all real things my grandma has said to me. First, it's important to know that skateboarding in the Olympics is divided into 4 sections total. First, we have men's and women's, and within those 2 groups, there are separate competitions called street and park. So you will have a total of 4 times to watch skateboarding in the Olympics. The street competition is aimed to replicate that cool city lifestyle. This park will feature handrails, stairs, ramps, and quarter pipes, while the park competition will mainly focus on bowls and transition. Like many events in the Olympics, each competition will have a preliminary round and a final round. These work slightly different in the park and the street event, and I will go into all of that in a minute. Now, lucky for us, we don't have to wait long to watch skateboarding on the Olympic stage, because the men's street skating competition is the first day of the Olympics, Saturday, July 27th, and the women's is the second day, Sunday, July 28th. However, for the park events, we will have to wait a little bit because they aren't until August 6th for the women's and August 7th for the men's. If you're looking for exact times, you will have to do a little bit of investigation on your own, depending on your time zone. I'm sorry, I love you guys, but I'm not about to read out what time you need to tune in to the event for every single time zone that's out there. After the Tokyo Olympics in 2021, general audiences were confused on how scoring worked, so the Olympic Committee sat down and said, "Okay, listen, you little baby dum-dums, we'll make it easier for you to understand, okay? Happy?" Again, I will go into all of that in just a moment. That's pretty much all the general information that you need to know, so now let's talk about the street competition. The street competition will start off with 22 skaters that will all participate in the preliminary round. In this round, skaters will be given 2 45-second runs. After their 45-second runs, skaters will then get 5 attempts to land their best single trick. Each of their runs and their tricks will be judged on a scale of 0 to 100. Only the skater's best run and their best 2 trick scores will get counted. This is where the scoring has slightly changed. Skaters are trying to get a total score as close as they can to 300. So for example, let's say I go nutty in this competition and I get a score of 91 on my run and a 92 and a 95 on my best tricks. Then I get a total of 278 out of 300. During the best trick portion of the competition, skaters can choose to have a trick scrubbed if they want to improve it. This will give them a 0 on their previous trick attempt, but will allow them to repeat the same trick without getting penalized for it. So let's say I land a really stinky kickflip, as I often do, and I get a score of 70. I can take a 0 for that trick and a redo, but I have 1 less attempt, and I will have to hopefully land a kickflip that is better than a 70. The benefit is the judges will ignore that I've already landed that trick once. Once all skaters have done their runs and their best trick attempts, the top 8 skaters with the best scores will move on to the final round. Scoring is done the exact same way. The only thing to keep in mind here is that the preliminary scores do not carry over. So all the skaters are starting fresh again. It don't matter what you did in the previous round. You could have been 8th place and it don't matter. You don't have to worry about that anymore, baby. You're in the final. So that's the street competition in a nutshell. Now let's hop over to the park competition. The park competition is similar in some ways to the street competition, but there are a couple of differences to keep in mind, so pay attention.
This will be on the final exam.
First, the judges in this competition are looking for an overall impression of the skater's run. This will include height, difficulty, and variety of tricks. They're also judged on the speed and their flow. Flow is pretty much just how smooth the whole run looks as a whole. Again, the preliminary event will start with 22 skaters total. Each skater will get 3 45-second runs to do their thing in the skate park. Skaters will be ranked on their single highest scoring run, and the top 8 skaters with the highest scores will advance to the next round. The finals will work exactly the same as they do in the preliminary round, and again, their scores will not carry over. In case of the very, very rare tie, the judges will look at each of the skaters' second best run, but I highly doubt that's going to happen, so you really don't even have to worry about it. That's going to be extra credit on the final. I'm very excited to watch skateboarding in the Olympics this year. During the skateboarding competition at the last Olympics, it happened to be during the week of my wedding, and I was so busy I didn't get a chance to just properly sit down and watch the competition. Also, I'm excited because my boy Andy McDonald is skating in the park event. Dude's like 50, and I just think that's inspirational as flip. I may make a recap video about skateboarding in the Olympics once it's all said and done. Let me know in the comments down below if that'd be something you'd be interested in watching. Before we part ways, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button on this video and maybe even consider subscribing if you want to see more skateboarding content like this in the future. Thanks for watching, and as always, have fun, good luck, and keep shredding the gnar.